Fillet Weld WPS Qualification reorganized. Let's move into the Fillet Weld qualification requirements in Section 6.13. When we compare the 2020 and 2025 editions, the basic qualification philosophy really hasn't changed. We can still qualify single-pass fillet welds, multiple-pass fillet welds, or both. We still test the maximum single-pass fillet weld size and the minimum multiple-pass fillet weld size, and macroetch testing remains part of the qualification. What AWS has done in 2025 is reorganize the section into a much clearer format. We now have separate subsections addressing the extent of qualification, testing requirements, test specimens, and test coupons. The 2025 edition also explicitly calls for visual inspection of the completed test coupon before the macroetch specimens are cut. So, this is another case where the requirements may look substantially different on the page, but most of the underlying qualification process remains familiar. Extent of fillet weld qualification. One useful addition in the 2025 edition is a specific section defining the extent of fillet weld WPS qualification. AWS is making it much easier to answer the question, once I've performed this qualification test, what exactly am I qualified to weld? A fillet weld WPS qualified using plate qualifies fillet welds within the applicable requirements of Tables 6.1 and 6.4. More importantly, the 2025 edition explicitly states that the qualification also covers plug and slot welds regardless of their size or the base metal thickness. There is a position limitation. The plug or slot weld has to correspond to the position of the qualified fillet weld test. The actual fillet weld testing remains familiar. We're still concerned with the maximum single-pass fillet weld and the minimum multiple-pass fillet weld, and we're still examining 3 macroetch specimens. The big improvement here is that AWS now clearly tells us the production coverage obtained from that qualification. Plug and slot weld qualification. Section 6.14, covering plug and slot welds, has changed considerably in its organization. In the 2020 edition, this section was extremely short. It essentially told us that when plug and slot welds were specified, WPS qualification had to conform to another section of Clause 6. The 20 and 25 edition brings those requirements directly into Section 6.14. We now have subsections covering the extent of qualification, the test coupon, and the required testing. A plug weld qualification qualifies both plug and slot welds for any size or base metal thickness within applicable qualified test position. The testing requirements are also stated directly. We visually inspect the completed test coupon before cutting specimens and then perform the required macroetch testing. Again, AWS isn't necessarily inventing a completely new qualification philosophy here. They're putting the requirements where you would logically expect to find them and making the extent of qualification much clearer. Consumables verification testing. Now, this next one is worth slowing down for because it can look like a completely new requirement when you first open the 2025 code. Section 6.15 is titled Consumables Verification Test. But consumables verification testing itself is not new. It was already in the 2020 edition under Section 6.13.3 as part of the fillet weld requirements. What AWS has done is pull that material out and make it a standalone section. The test is required when 2 conditions exist. First, the welding consumable does not conform to the pre-qualified requirements of Clause 5. And second, the WPS using that consumable has not already been qualified under the applicable CJP or PJP groove weld qualification requirements. The test uses a groove weld coupon welded in the flat position under conditions intended to approximate the production fillet weld parameters. The 2025 edition explicitly calls for visual inspection before the specimens are removed. We then have 2 side bend specimens and 1 all-weld metal tension specimen. The bend tests demonstrate weld soundness, while the tension test establishes the strength level of the welding consumable. So the takeaway here is important. Don't look at the new Section 6.15 heading and assume AWS created a brand new qualification test. The test already existed. AWS has reorganized it into its own section, which makes a fairly specialized but important requirement much easier to find and understand.